Psychology says that some of the loneliest people in the world are not alone because nobody cares. They are alone because the moment someone gets close enough to help, something inside them pulls back. They go cold, they go quiet, they disappear. And the painful part? It happens most when they need people the most. If you have ever shut down, pulled away, or pushed someone out right when you were hurting, this video explains exactly why, and it has nothing to do with not wanting love. 1. The brain learned that pain is private. Psychology calls this defensive detachment. When a person experiences emotional pain repeatedly without receiving comfort, the brain begins to associate vulnerability with danger. Over time, it builds a rule: handle it alone. So when hurt arrives, the brain doesn't reach outward, it folds inward. Not because the person doesn't want connection, but because their nervous system was trained that showing pain leads to more pain. What looks like coldness is actually a protection system the brain built quietly over years. 2. They are terrified of being a burden. Many people who push others away carry a deep, silent belief: my pain is too much for other people. Psychology links this to something called emotional suppression, where feelings get swallowed, not shared, because the person has learned that their emotions make others uncomfortable. They have seen people grow tired, grow distant, leave. So they decide it is easier to disappear alone than to watch someone stay out of obligation. They do not push you away because they do not trust you. They push you away because they do not want to lose you by breaking you. 3. They are testing without knowing it. Attachment psychology explains this clearly. People who grew up with inconsistent emotional support often develop what researchers call a push-pull attachment pattern. Part of them desperately wants comfort. Another part expects to be abandoned the moment they show need. So they push first, not consciously, not deliberately. But the behavior is a test the brain runs automatically. If I pull away, will you come closer or confirm my fear? What looks like rejection is actually a question. The wrong response, leaving, becomes proof they were right to expect it. 4. Vulnerability feels like losing control. For people who have survived a lot, being seen in pain feels genuinely dangerous. Neuroscience shows that early emotional wounds can sensitize the brain's threat response. Over time, emotional exposure gets filed in the same category as physical risk. So opening up does not feel like relief. It feels like handing someone a weapon. They are not being dramatic. Their brain is responding to past experience, not present reality. Strength became their identity because weakness once cost them something real. 5. They are already exhausted before you arrive. Psychology shows that people in emotional pain often enter a state of cognitive overload. Their internal world is already consuming enormous energy, managing the feeling, suppressing it, functioning despite it. When someone reaches out to help, it does not feel like relief. It feels like one more thing to manage. They have to explain, perform okayness, reassure the person trying to help. So isolation becomes the path of least resistance, not because your presence means nothing, but because they have nothing left to give the interaction. They are not pushing you away. They are running out of capacity to hold both the pain and the relationship at the same time. 6. Deep down, they do not believe they deserve comfort. This is the one most people never say out loud. Research on shame and self-worth shows that chronic emotional neglect can plant a quiet belief in the mind: I do not deserve to be taken care of. So when someone offers warmth, the brain rejects it. Not because the warmth is unwanted, but because something deeper says it is unearned. They may minimize what they are going through. Say they are fine. Wave the help away. not out of pride. Out of a wound so old they no longer remember it is there. Final. If any of this felt uncomfortably accurate, understand something. Pushing people away when you are hurting is not a character flaw. It is a pattern. And patterns that were learned can be unlearned. The first step is simply recognizing what is happening inside you before the walls go up. This channel breaks down human behavior the way psychology actually sees it, not to label you, but to help you finally understand yourself. Subscribe, because the next video might explain a pattern in your behavior you have been carrying your entire life without ever having a name for it.